Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have a deck for you guys. It is a Doublade deck with the combination of Ariados here with Poisonous Nest and Doublade here. This deck was suggested to us by Saurav Lakhmani. I apologize for butchering your name, but I've done some trades with you before in the past, and so I do appreciate you supporting my channel through those trades. And they were good deals, by the way, so I actually don't remember his online name off the top of my head, but yeah, so Saurav, he suggested this deck. It's a Doublade deck with False Swipe, the 80 HP metal type Pokemon, the sword Pokemon. He stands at 2'7", weighing in at almost 10 pounds. False Swipe, flip a coin. If heads, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until his HP is 10. And then, of course, you can finish him off with Ariados here, assuming you're not playing against another grass deck. Poisonous Nest. Once during your turn before your attack, you may use this ability. Both active Pokemon except grass type Pokemon are now poisoned. And this works if your opponent doesn't do a number of things. One is a grass Pokemon that's active. Two, something like Hexmaniac isn't used the turn before. And three, your opponent, if you're playing expanded, there's Garbodor or other things like that. Or if you're playing against a Wobbuffet, which is shut off this ability. Or if you're playing against Golurk, which this ability won't work, right? So there's those kind of things, but otherwise, False Swipe here, since Hypnotoxic Laser does not exist anymore, False Swipe can still work with Ariados using that Poisonous Nest. We get their HP down to 10, and then the poison damage from this ability will finish them off. We're going to be playing two Hawluchas here. I figured the Hawlucha is actually going to be pretty good. With the Free Retreat, it works really well, and Flying Press could be a really good backup attacker. In a scenario where you can't use the Poisonous Nest to finish something off, and your opponent's an EX Pokemon, we can actually use Flying Press to finish them off. And another thing too with Hawlucha is that since Doublade here is using a DCE a lot of the times, if you're up against an Aegislash-EX, I believe False Swipe wouldn't work on the Aegislash, since you prevent all effects of attacks. This is actually an effect here, putting damage counters until you're down to 10 HP. So I think the Hawlucha here does deserve a spot. And Flying Press hits for only EXs, Shining Spirit, right? Weakness or resistance. We're going to be playing two Shamans here with Set Up, and perhaps we may even use Sky Return. Hopefully we'll never need to do that. And that's it for the Pokemon. Let's take a look at the items and whatnot. We have Battle Compressor to discard some things and kind of thin out the deck, being able to search things better, and use VA Seeker for supporters and things like that. We have 4 Level Balls, 1 Sacred Ash, could come in handy, 3 Switches, and 2 Ultra Balls, mostly just to get the Shaman EXs. And we have 4 VA Seekers. That's it for the item cards. Let's take a look at the support line. We have AZ here, very useful for Shaman EX, and then we also have Karina, can get the Hawluchas, but works very well. 2 of these to get the Switches, Level Balls, things like that, Trick Coin, and yeah, so it almost works like a pseudo Skyla in a sense, but you can get the Hawlucha as well. We have Lysander here, only one of these. 1 Pokemon Fan Club could be pretty handy to set up. We have 3 Professor Birch's Observation, and 3 Professor Sycamore, and a couple of Shaunas, and that's it for the support line. We have 1 Forest of Giant Plants, only one of these. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Steel Shelter here, we're going to be playing 3 of these. Now, the problem is, with Doublade and False Swipe, right, if you're poisoning yourself, right, because the Poisonous Nest poisons both active Pokemon, because you're playing Steel Shelter, you won't poison your own Doublade, because he's a metal type. But the problem with this Steel Shelter, right, each of your metal Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, can't be affected by special conditions. So each metal Pokemon, meaning if you're playing against, let's say, I don't know, maybe you're playing against a Mega Metagross EX or a Metagross deck, right? And it's a metal Pokemon. You're never going to be able to, yeah, especially if you're playing against like I don't know, Bronzong's in the active spot, I don't know. The Ariados here, the Poisonous Nest will poison them, but because of the Steel Shelter, it won't be able to, and you can't use Hawlucha to finish them off, right, if they're not an EX. So what comes into play would be the Forest of Giant Plants, and this is the counter to your own stadium, so that perhaps you can evolve right away, or perhaps you can counter this whole stadium, and yes, hurt yourself, but, if you're playing against other metal Pokemon, they'll get knocked out, right? So there's that. We have the 4 Trick Coins here. Works very well since there's no such thing as Victini anymore in the standard format. We have double colorless energy and 4 of these fighting energies for the Hawluchas. And that's it for the deck. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Oh, right, we're playing against Neo Volcano, and my opponent's playing some kind of lightning deck, and a huge bummer here. We're going to be going second. That's going to be very disadvantageous for us, since we have a lot of these stage 1 Pokemon that needs to be, needs to get evolved, needs to get going really fast. We start off mulling again. We do start off with these two Honedge here, which isn't terrible. So what we're going to do, we're just going to probably play one of the basic energies on him. Why not? We could probably play the one on the bench in case if the one in the active spot gets knocked out right away. Oh wow, my opponent starts off with a Rayquaza. In the next turn, we could see a Dragon Pulse right away. We see a Silent Lab. So there goes our opportunity to play Shaman EX, but never mind, we're going to counter it anyways. So we're going to go with this right here. Let's get the spinner rack here, and we'll get the Shaman and draw in some more cards. Alright, so there it is. There's that. And here's the Shaman drawing 4 extra cards, getting a Honedge here. And I'm actually going to get a Doublade ready to go. Now we are all set. In the next turn, my opponent, if he plays a DCE and knocks him out, which is going to happen, we will have a Honedge here ready to go. We'll just drop in the basic energy. Assuming my opponent may be playing Aegislashes, we'll find out. So here comes our Honedge, right? I'm going to promote this one here. We'll save the one with the DCE, or save the one. Let's just go with this right there. Let's go with that, and let's go with the Professor Birch. Yes, we even flip heads, and yeah, we get a Sacred Ash that we don't exactly need. Let's go ahead and use the Poisonousness. False Swipe, flipping tails. Oh, no way. That's a huge bummer. Now, what we can do is probably just go for the Sycamore. Right, no need to take any chances with Birch, no need to draw 5 with Shauna. Go with the more aggressive route and go with these. We can play the Sacred Ash. So now my opponent will knock off this Doublade here, and we gotta wait and see. Do we get another basic energy, or do we get a DCE? Either or should be fine with me. Preferably a basic, that way we can just kind of go with a more energy efficient route. So we're going to promote the Hawlucha here with the free treat, that way it gives us the flexibility to choose. Now my opponent's going to be already taking 2 prizes, and we're going to be playing catch up right here, but that's okay, I don't really mind that. We do get a Tricoin, that's not necessary. Probably could have used that Tricoin before, but we'll go with this right here. And alright, Sycamore it is, and we get a Doublade right there. We don't really need this. I'm going to play this right here. Let's go ahead and we'll retreat. And Poisonous Nest, come on, False Swipe. Oh, come on, flip again. Give me heads. Yes, that's a knockout on this Rayquaza here. We do have a level ball. That's very handy for us. That way we can go ahead and get another Honedge going. The Doublades here, we shuffled those the ones that got knocked out, so we should be all set and ready to go with them. Now the Dene here will be able to hit us with an energy short. Could see an entrapment to get 2 more basics on my opponent's side of the field. Again, we see definitely a lightning theme here. My opponent even has the lightning coin, and here is a Thundurus with Raging Thunder Punch. You could see a lightning slam. Here's a muscle band on the Thundurus, and we get hit for 40 damage. We do get a Spinnerack here. I don't really want to play him. It's not really necessary to be played, per se. But let's just go with this. And come on, give me the False Swipe. We flip heads right away. No need to reflip. Knocking out that Dene. And here is the Thundurus. Can hit us with a Raging Punch. And if your opponent's active Pokemon has a tool card, it does 30 more damage, which will knock out. Oh man, we'll have to promote the Hawlucha. And my opponent is weak to fighting, but this Hawlucha can't attack because Flying Press only works on EXs. Alright, so here it is. We are in a bit of a pickle here. Because we're dealing with, looks to me like more lightning Pokemon on the bench. My opponent even plays a Professor Birch's Observation. And thank goodness, I think we still have 2 more DCEs in our deck. Unless one's prized, I think we have at least 1 more in our deck. So there goes the Doublade. Does get knocked out. We'll promote the Hawlucha with the free retreat. Alright, so here we go. Hawlucha right there. We could play the AZ, but that won't be necessary. I'm just going to go ahead and discard everything. Let's go with the Sycamore. Well, hey, we got something. Alright, so we got the Doublade right here. Alright. So this is it. This is it, folks. I'm going to discard the Steel Shelter. I don't think I'm going to need that. And maybe a VS Seeker. We're going to go ahead and Let's get another Hone Edge going. Oh no, are you kidding me? Oh man, it's prized. One of our other Doublades are prized. Alright, so this is it. We need to succeed here. Poison this nest. And we got a switch, got a battle compressor, which we can thin out the deck a little bit more. So I think we burned our Sacred Ash a little bit early. You can see our 1 Doublade's in the discard pile, and we have 1 Doublade. So 2 Doublades are prized. Let's go ahead and use the false wipe right here. Thank goodness we knocked him out. We got another Doublade right there, folks. Play the VS Seeker in the next turn for a DCE. Got a switch for flexibility, and also the battle compressor to thin out our deck a little bit more. And here is a Zapdos, which can hit us for a drill peck. We could see a muscle band hit us for 40. Otherwise, we could just get hit for 20. No paralysis, no nothing. We could really use another trick coin. 2 trick coins in the discard pile. Now we are really drawing out our deck. We only have 16 cards left, but that trick coin could be huge for us if we need a reflip. And again, I opted not to play the other spin rack. I opted for bench space because I don't know. This one definitely could get Lysandered out. Oh my goodness, we do see a Sycamore here. Now, do I want to be more cautious and preserve my cards? That's the question, and I think I do. We're going to be a little more cautious and preserve our cards, and I'll take my chances with the Professor Birch's observation. And look at that, we flipped tails. Oh, shucks. We do get this, though, so there's no trick coin. Let's go with the Poisonous Nest. We need to get heads right here off the bat, and my goodness, we got heads. We do have a Karina here, which we can go ahead and get a level ball, or we can get that trick coin and finish this up. Now, again, yeah, this is a good warm-up match, I guess. You know, it's a good match, good warm-up match. Really getting to show the false wipe here. Can you imagine if these were like megas were taken down? That is terrific. Here is a Shauna, and okay, so the Shauna right there, helping my opponent draw on 5 more cards. You see, we get hit for 20. And we got another Hone Edge right there. I'm going to go ahead and not find a fighting Pokemon, but we're going to go ahead and get the Trick Horn right here. I want to get us a better opportunity to get the job done right now. Let's go for the false wipe, and no need to reflip, knocking out the Zapdos. And that is it, guys. False wipe. False wipe, taking the first one right there. Good warm-up matchup for us. That was good. I mean, no disrespect to my opponent. It was good. It was good for me to kind of, you know, get this win in here. So we actually dealt 530 damage from all those false wipes. And yeah, thank goodness we got rid of that Rayquaza in the beginning. Rayquaza EX definitely was my opponent's MVP. We flipped 4 tails in that game, but hey, at least we got 1 more heads than we did tails, and that's what really matters. Alright, let's go ahead and play one more match here and see how this false wipe deck does. Alright, we will be playing against Gurin Kirito, and I couldn't really, I wasn't really paying attention. I couldn't tell what my opponent was playing. I thought I saw a dark type in there, but we can see my opponent has the Pokemon black and white sleeves over here. We got a nice yellow mustache on my opponent. I like that. We're going to start off with a Hone Edge and as well as a Shaman EX. And my opponent says, no way. And looks like my opponent must know the abluegolfball channel. And I'll just say hello and good luck. Alright, hello and good luck. Alright, there we go. Okay, alright, so we're going to start off with a Shaman in our hand. That way we can use Shaman's setup ability. Now, my opponent won't be able to attack us, but we see a Dino over here as well as an Eviltal. And here it is, Darkness Energy, Battle Compressor for Darkness Energies into the discard pile. We can see an Oblivion Wing in turn 2 for my opponent to power up something on the bench. Well, we do have a double colorless that we won't be able to use. Alright, so this is a little bit tricky. We could probably play the Karina for maybe an Ultra Ball, get another Hone Edge out here, because I think this Hone Edge is going to... Oh, no, we see a Silent Lab. That's going to shut off Shaman's ability, and that's going to be very inconvenient for us. Now, what we could do in the next turn, I think what I want to do in the next turn is this. Alright, so you can see, because my opponent has the Silent Lab right here, let's go ahead, we're going to get the Karina, we'll get the Hawlucha out here, and let's go for a Level Ball. Alright. Okay. Oh, no, actually, no. Let's go for a Battle Compressor. What am I thinking? Alright, let's go for a Battle Compressor. There we go. Okay. So, we'll play this onto the bench. Play this Hawlucha right here. And next, we'll Battle Compress. Probably go with the Sycamore as well as a Lysander. And I think that's about it. Yeah, we don't need to discard everything. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll promote the Hawlucha here to take a hit for us. And that's going to be it. We'll end the turn. And, oh, he says, I love the videos. So say, oh, why, thank you. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, smiley face. There it is. I didn't give my opponent a smiley face earlier. All right, there we go. So here's another Dino. We see a Sharpedo EX. Very likely a Jagged Fang is what my opponent's going to try to do. Hunt could be a very devastating attack for us. So that means we may have to preserve some more of our switches. So we got 2 more switches. I don't want my opponent to start hunting the Shaman EX, but that's not going to happen because my opponent has a Silent Lab. We're not going to be using the Shaman EX. And then the next turn, we're going to play the DCE onto the Hornage on the bench and then play the VS Seeker for the Sycamore and draw into 7 more cards. That would be highly advantageous for us. I would appreciate that very much. And all right, so the smiley face proves you're the real golf ball. All right, I think yes, it is true indeed. I am. All right, so here is the VS Seeker, and we see the Professor Birch's observation. My opponent probably even a Hex Maniac in there. Here is the Birch's observation, flipping tails. Oh my goodness, we got lucky right there. Now my opponent can still hit us forward. An Oblivion Wing. We could see a Muscle Band hit us, and there it is. There is the Muscle Band. So this is going to be pretty bad. So what we need off of the Sycamore is the Force of Giant Plants Stadium and a Trick Coin and a Doublade. That's what we need. All right, so we got it. Oh man, we got an Ariados here. At least we have 1 left, I think. Yeah, all right, so let's go with the Sycamore. We're going to have to do this. And we did get it here. Alrighty then. I'm actually going to, oh dear, what to do? I could go for a false swipe, but that's not going to really be too helpful. Alright, so I'm just going to end the turn. Alright, this is going to be a little bit tricky here, folks. Just a little bit. Let's see, we do have a Karina. I think in the next turn I could play the Karina. Maybe go for another Hawlucha. I don't know. But this Sharpedo is getting powered up. And, oh man, this Ariados is getting knocked out. Oh, not knocked out, getting discarded. So we need to be careful. Oh, my opponent plays an Ultra Ball. Likely we'll get a Shaman EX right there, powering up, or not powering up, filling up his hand up to 6 again. And we have yet to see these Dinos evolve. Now my opponent, because of the Silent Lab, my opponent couldn't do that. So, alright, so here it is. This is it, folks. Alright. So we will evolve right here. We will play and counter the Stadium right there. And, alright, so we're going to have to go with, oh, actually I can go with the Karina. That's right, because we counter the Stadium. Let's go ahead, we're going to get the Hawlucha right here. And, I'm going to take a look. Do we have another, Shaman? We should. Yes, we do. Perfect. So let's get the Ultra Ball right there. Alright, so beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, do I want to keep the Hawlucha? I can always get the Hawlucha back because, yeah, because I think the switch is going to be very handy for us because of the Hunt attack from the Sharpedo. So we'll go with this, drawing in more cards. We do get another Spinnerack right here. We can evolve this one right there. Let's go ahead and get another Hornage going. Perfect. This is going really well. And let's go with the Poisonous Nest right there. Let's go, might as well, I can probably bench this guy, but we'll hang on to it. Oh, are you kidding me? We got Tails. My opponent's going to be able to retreat and knock us out. Now, we could see a switch or see my opponent play an energy. I don't know. I got to wait and see. We could get hit right here. But we got another Doublade ready to go. Man, if only we flipped heads. We don't have any Trick Coins. We have yet to see any Trick Coins. I play 4 Trick Coins, and we didn't even see a single Trick Coin. Now, this Hunt attack will be able to hit for 50. That's not going to be enough to knock out anything on the bench. But we should be pretty worried. It would have been able to knock out the Spinnerack if we had it, so thank goodness we didn't play the Spinnerack. It's good reasons not to do that. Now, my opponent will probably play another, well, wait, never mind. We don't see any more Darkness Energies in the discard pile. Here is a VS Seeker. Could go for a Hex Maniac. Could go for the Professor Birch's Observation. Could go for the Professor Juniper, or Sycamore. It goes for the Professor Birch. And if my opponent flips Tails again, we will get, oh, thank goodness my opponent flipped Tails. Hopefully it wasn't, my opponent didn't get anything that he needed. And, looks like my cell phone is ringing here, but, currently recording, so I can't pick that up. Oh, man, we will survive the turn. Thank goodness we survived the turn. And, you know, we could finish off this Yveltal, but I think I want to take 2 prizes. Let's see. We can go for a more conservative route. or go for the Sycamore. Yeah, let's go for the Sycamore here. And I'm going to play the spin rack for now. And there we go. Okay. Oh, wow. That's probably wasn't necessary. But could have gone for the Lysander. Oh, man. What I really needed is... Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Yeah. But can't find any. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? How devastating is that? Alright, so we will promote this Doublade right here. Alright, so at least we got another one going right there. Let's go ahead. We will shuffle another Hone Edge, another Doublade, get these Haluchas back, get this Ariados back, and maybe in the Shaman back here as well. Alright, so I'm going to go for the Professor Birch's observation. Thank goodness we flipped heads. And finally, we got a Trick Coin. Wow, took forever. Where have you been? I'm actually going to play a basic energy onto this Ariados, maybe on the Shaman. I just need to play it onto something, because these three guys have a 1 retreat cost. That way we can play it for a retreat later on. Otherwise, I think we're doing pretty good. Let's just go ahead, false swipe. Oh, wow, we don't need the Trick Coin now. That's ridiculous. So my opponent right now can go ahead and hunt for something. Likely the Spinner Rack or the Shaman. Or we could see my opponent go for a Jagged Fang and just knock out the Doublade straight up. That could very well happen as well. Well, here it is. We, let's see. Well, let's see. What's my biggest concern now? That's what I should be asking myself. Maybe it was the wrong choice for playing that Sycamore earlier. I probably should have just gone for Lysander and maybe knocked out the Sharpedo. But it doesn't matter because... You know, I flipped tails that time anyways, and I didn't knock out that Yveltal until just this last turn, so it took us a very long time to do it. Can't use teammates. No, you can't, because it didn't get knocked out by an attack. It got knocked out by poison damage. So we see here my opponent plays a Trainer's Mail, and, man, if we can get another Hone Edge out here, we can use this DCE on that. We actually have been using DCEs pretty well. Only 1 DCE in the discard pile. And so we're in pretty good shape in terms of energy efficiency and utilizing our energies well. So my opponent actually gets a Professor Sycamore off of that Trainer's Mail. We could still see my opponent play and discard his hand. And we see a Hunt brings out the Ariados. Now that fell right into our hands. So we can just go ahead. We'll retreat. Alright, that worked out very well. We can go for the Professor Birch's observation, but I kind of like my hand right now. Let's just go for it. I'm pretty risky. Thank goodness we got another Ariados going right here. We have another Trick Coin we can play. We got everything we need right here and more. Okay, so let's just go ahead. Let's go for the Poisonous Nest right there. False swipe, give me heads. Oh, flip again, come on, heads, thank goodness. Getting 2 prizes right here. We even get another Hone Edge. Oh, perfect. We have a Pokemon Fan Club, which we don't need, but we can get another Hone Edge here ready and powered up. Now, my opponent can go for another Hunt, and hunt maybe the Shaman EX. But if anything, we may be able to get a Karina and play the Karina, get a switch off the Karina as well as maybe another Halucha. So we are in great shape. Oh man. So right now we're going to see a Hunt. My opponent can knock out this Ariados here. But with a little luck, we may be able to... We got another Ariados here. Thank goodness for that Sacred Ash. And my opponent's going to be able to need to take out 2 Ariados here. This is really the engine of the deck. Unless we can get more Haluchas here to finish off these Sharpedos. That would be pretty convenient too. We should have at least 1 more Halucha. 1 Halucha's in the discard pile. We have 1 more in the deck, I think. So my opponent brings out this Doublade, hits it for 50. And alright, beautiful. We got another one right there. No need to play switch. Let's just go ahead and do the Poisonous Nest right here. And, I mean, we could play any one of these, but that's okay. I don't think that's going to be necessary. Let's just go for the false swipe, and no need. Taking out the Sharpedo EX. We are down. Couldn't get anything going. I have to give my opponent a sad smiley face. Oh, man, that is a bummer. Couldn't get... I know, we didn't see any of the Hydragons at all. And the Yveltal here gets powered up with an energy... And we get hit. That will be a knockout right there, but that's okay. We have another Doublade here and another Doublade in our hand. 2 more Doublades my opponent have to go through. And here is the Dino. We even have another Trick Coin. I'm tempted to just hang on to it. I'm going to hang on to this energy in case we need a retreat. Otherwise, this should be it right here. In case my opponent has started on the Megaphone, I'm going to hang on to the Trick Coin as well. Let's go for the false swipe, and that's it. We're going to say GG to my opponent right here, and no need to reflip. Taking out the Evil Tall in 1 shot. That's it. Victory. Taking out a Sharpedo EX deck, and that was pretty fun. This Doublade false swipe deck, definitely a joy to play, and GG to my opponent. We were able to put up almost over 500 damage. That's pretty good, huh? Doublade, the MVP. We did flip 4 tails. My opponent flipped 2 tails and no heads. So yeah, I mean, this was pretty entertaining. And again, thanks so much for watching the video. And again, you know, like these deck requests, I do read your guys' deck requests. Feel free to continue to say hashtag build this deck, please. I'll take a look at them. And once again, yeah, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for watching and being a part of this channel, being a part of this journey. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.